Ruth Padilla King. I am a licensed clinical social worker and I work for Kaiser Permanente Educational Outreach Program.
What does mental health mean to you?
Mental health means to me the health of course, your sanity and your mental well-being. When we think of the mind, we always think of like physical health when we think of health, but think about like how to balance your stress with all your demands, and how to be true to yourself, being able to sleep and rest without having a lot of thoughts, being able to balance all the pressures of life. And I think mental health, when we become sick and when we become unhealthy, is when we see people come and talk to therapists and having to work things out.
Something wrong with our education system. When the grade suddenly becomes more important than the learning, no matter what a teacher might say, you know there is something wrong. When a student's grade reflects how intelligent they are, you know there is something corrupt. When a student's grades reflect how good of a person they are, you know there is something destroyed with our education system. When grades are enough to drive students to self-harm and even commit suicide, you know there should be a change. And yet society today continues to push only grades. Everything hinges upon grades and scores, GPA, grade point average, SAT, ACT, or other standardized tests, AP, advanced placement testing. And if you can't excel or get high enough scores, then according to society, you are worthless, you are hopeless, your future is dark, and no matter what teachers say, it doesn't change that fact. No matter how many times a teacher says that all that matters to them is how much you learn, that will never change society's view of the matter. And this ideal has gone so far as to inform students, mere teens, that their worth as a person is reflected by their GPA. This is not okay. This is never okay and never will be okay, because this ideal and belief of society is driving students harder and farther than is safe for themselves and for others. I repeat, when a poor grade is enough to drive a student to inflict self-harm or commit suicide, you should know there is something wrong, something very, very wrong, but society seems to be unwilling to see.
Hello, I'm Yasmin Vasquez. I'm a 17-year-old student who attends Arcadia High School. Today I'll be talking about mental health and how it can affect us teens from ages 13 to 19 years old. A lot of us, if not most of us, go through a lot growing up, or just our teenage years, especially our generation with school, family, friends, work, and just society in general. Mental health can be from depression to anxiety disorders. Mental health refers to how we think, feel, and act. Mental illness is characterized by abnormal behavior, including diseases of the brain and personality. Some stereotypical discriminatory words are insane, psycho, sicko, freak, crazy, and weirdo. Coping mechanisms seek professional or clinical treatments. Support groups and support centers may help a lot. Exercising is great, physically and mentally, as well as just activities. The dimension of wellness is physical, social, occupational, intellectual, spiritual, emotional, and environmental. The physical way to stay healthy in life is to just prepare yourself nutritional meals instead of always going to McDonald's or something. You can go to the store and buy yourself some fruits and vegetables. Find enjoyable physical activities. Also, instead of, like I said before, eating outside all the time, purchase healthy nutritional foods in your home. The social and environmental way you can maintain health is by putting more effort into keeping your close friendships, being more open, and try to just always be positive. Be an empathetic person, love yourself, and know that you're beautiful.
Hello you guys, my name is Josue Vivar. I'm 17 years old. I go to Nogales High School, and today I'll be talking about depression. Depression means intense sadness, hopelessness, mental and physical changes that can affect professional, social, and professional lives as well. Uneasiness and fear about future uncertainties are based on real or imagined events. You can become anxious about things. These can be caused from school, events such as grades, peer pressure, and fear of failure. Being emotionally healthy is very important. Start by being more accepting of others as who they are. Try not to change them. Start showing them appreciation and empathy for others to know and learn that you should push yourself to a certain extent as long as you're trying your hardest. Great way to stay mentally healthy by getting involved with school clubs. Ask yourself, what are you interested in? What kind of people are you surrounding yourself with? Think about it.
Stay healthy before having to go to a therapist.
Again, finding that balance, and I think that balance is different for everyone. Some people, physical exercise helps. For some people, is having different coping mechanisms, talking to friends, and maybe possibly talking to a therapist, venting, processing, taking time. We talk in our program about, kids doing yoga, meditation, doing different things. It could be listening to music, going dancing, just to kind of physically have an outlet or that is connected to your mind. Our mind is connected to our body, so we feel that tension, that stress somewhere, whether it's your neck, your back, your lower back, or just for kids, we see a lot of anger issues or anxiety. So paying attention to those things, not only in ourselves, but in the people we love, so we can say, hey, what's going on?
What do you think affects teenagers today, like mental health-wise?
Oh, I think a lot of things. I think your generation has actually a lot more pressures and stress than probably my generation. In my generation, we can go outside and go walking, go on a bike ride, where I think today's society, you don't do that anymore. You guys are so limited in socially interacting because texting and going on Facebook or that kind of media connection is more important than actually going out and hanging out and connecting with others. Limits your ability to really manage that stress and having an outlet.